Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing another game from Smite here, and I forgot which teams these are. Yeah, they will be in the title. It is SK versus More EU. Yeah, the complete names will be in the title if there are any complete names. Yeah, the thing is, this is the finals of some tournament. I completely derped on that. I forgot to write it down. Normally I write that down before going into these games. We see, strangely enough, we see some people just hovering around the blue buff here, which is quite surprising because normally people are just going for these buffs alone and just stay in the lane for the rest. But yeah, we do have the Hand of the Gods, as you can see, very popular nowadays. 4 Hand of the Gods here, 2 over here, and that means that the red team is probably going to pick up this instantly, so without any possibility of a fight. And even here, where there are 2 wards available, they might be able to pick it up, but they're not going for that. They're just going for well, for the camp on this side, and then going to go for some nice buffs. Obviously, when you have Hand of the Gods available to you at level 1, you're going to make very short work of those buffs. And that is exactly what they want. They want to have very quick buffs, and with very quick buff comes a very good laning phase. And of course, these 2 guys, yeah, well, they did pick up the blue buff, but that's about the only thing they did. They didn't get the experience from the other things. It is for now not a problem. Both teams are level 2. Well, everyone's level 2. And that is awesome. So I'm not really sure who I should follow, because following makes it a little more interesting. We are going to follow this guy. Haven't followed Aphrodite in quite a while. We're going to see how that works out for her. So Aphrodite with Apollo here, and that is that's a good combination. It is not like the ultimate combination that you would want, but it is a good combination. The problem is the stay away, or whatever it's called, from Aphrodite does not really come into effect until late in the game, so you don't want to upgrade that, which makes it easier to choose which skills you want. But it also makes it harder to do something that is like completely useful in the game. I'm going to put this to F4, the bottom part, so you can see the gold per minute and gold and healing and blah blah. Everything you want to see, you can see now. Aphrodite having done 1 point of healing so far. Oh yeah, that is quite sad, to be honest. So yeah. Everything will pop up. I think there's like a 20-second well, delay on that every time. And as you can see, we are getting back into our lane. So in the meantime, yeah, we do have the mid lane, which is just a very easy lane for both of them. They're not really going to be able to harass each other too much, because Agni, well, Agni has that long range ultimate, but he normally uses that in the beginning to just get minions. And Isis, of course, is going to just wipe out whole minion waves in 1 blow, and this is going to be first blood. I have to feel. No, they did mess it up. Wow, the ultimate from Athena not coming in time, which means that, yeah, nothing is going to happen. We're level 3, as you can see, level 5 Athena already. And level 5 Athena is quite dangerous, actually. Very nicely done, preventing the recall there. They did have a ward out, which made that they could see that Athena... no, never mind. The Athena ulted in, so they could see the Athena leave and know that she's actually gone. Well, that is at least good. And we are still level 3 and 4 here. Level 5 enemies. That's going to suck a little bit, because 2 ultimates available. The ultimate from Guan Yu, of course, way more useful than that of Ymir. But Ymir might actually be the one that makes the difference here. We are going to heal, and there goes the healing. The healing is very good in the late game. In the early game, of course, that's when you want the healing, and that's when it's not available. So normally people just level that up as soon as possible. So the healing, because that makes the healing in the beginning of the game just a little more useful. So we are going to see. Hang on, I wanted to have Ymir in action, but yeah, well, guess we'll have to do it like this for now. Yeah, he is going to harass the mid lane for a little bit. The fights are going all over the place. Not really the one that the thing that I wanted, but yeah, there's fighting everywhere. That's what I wanted to say. The fights are actually very compressed to one position. Nobody really running out of the fights too much, and this is what I meant. The meatballs, the fireballs from his ultimate, are normally used to clean up minions in the beginning of the game. Later in the game he will turn that to very great harassment, but then he can just flame wave the entire wave and just get it with like one meatball and have two of them available for later, for doing whatever he wants basically. But yeah, that's the way to play Agni. Just farm it up until the late game, and in the late game you can just do whatever the hell you want, whatever the hell you feel like, because you do have a very great dash, and it's one of the longest dashes in the game. Only the new Mercury has a longer dash, so the Mercury dash is actually longer. Well, it's basically infinite. And are we going to be able to do something here with Afro, because she is just warning, it seems. She has one more ward available. Oh no, hang on. That's the ability. Okay, interesting. So even though we normally, hang on, that's F1. Even though we haven't seen this in a while, the ward items are now back in business. They're back at where they were. Well, before they were, well, no, when they were first introduced, before the people said, well, they're not very useful. And it is true, they weren't very useful. Because, well, it takes up a very important spot. Abilities, or, well, actives, are the most important things you have as a player. And you really don't want to, yeah, you don't want to lose one of the spots to something stupid like that. Like warding, which you can just buy. I mean, it's about the same amount of gold that you're going to spend, so why would you give up the spot? Well, in the important phases of the game, obviously, eventually you will spend less gold if you take the active, but yeah, you get the point. In the beginning of the game, when it's still important to have enough gold, then you're going to spend more gold, well, straight off to get this item, and then, yeah, you could have spent that over time on the amount of wards you're going to place. Plus, you could have placed more wards. But I guess people do see now that, well, it's good again, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but it is an item that seems to be very good. It's just that, yeah, you need to be able to place those wards immediately, and they did have a cooldown on that, so I don't know if they removed that. It seems that the experience difference is still, well, basically in the middle, but the gold difference is starting to grow for the red team here. The red team, of course, with those 4 Hand of the Gods, making them able to do a little more jungling, and we are going to recall just in time. But let's see how Apollo does, because Apollo is all alone against 3. And yeah, Athena just backed off, so all alone against 2 is not a problem. Because he's actually pretty good at doing that. He's pretty good at just, well, doing his thing, even when there are 2 enemies around. And especially once, well, he reaches a certain amount of gold. And obviously we do want to get a gank off. Freya did show herself, I'm pretty sure they saw that. And yeah, they don't care. Okay, they're still going for it. The nice wall from Ymir. The Ymir wall is such a good block. It's just that in the jungle, it's no longer the powerhouse it used to be. It used to be such a strong thing to have in that jungle, and it no longer is that. So it basically is pretty much useless in the jungle now. Except for certain situations, but in the laning phase, or in the lane I should say, it is still pretty useful. As you can see, he still gets he still gets to guide people certain ways, and combining that with the frost breath really makes, or the ice breath, sorry, the stun basically, really makes for really easy stuns, and yeah, that's what we see, of course. And as you can see, we're trying to pick up this gold camp, and I think we got both of them. Not actually sure. Well, I'm assuming as much, but the meatball from Agni did seem to pick up that that last bit. But hey, whatever. We are going to go back in the lane. Of course, Apollo wants to recall. He's out of mana, and it is yeah, it is now up to Aphrodite to see what she can make out of this, and she's going to, well, do nothing. I don't know what she was planning. Look at the amount of wards up, by the way. So many wards up. There are 3 in the right side jungle and like 4 in the left side jungle, 2 of each team. And blue team might actually just be spending a little bit too much on that, but it all depends on what you can get out of it. Of course, they are a little bit behind, and that is going to suck a little bit for them, but well, that's the way it is. So a nice pickup there. The 2 tanks actually picking up a kill together, because, well, tanks still do damage. And a 2v1 is still hard to beat. Yeah, I really want to go with someone, and one of those screens just doesn't have the icons, which is something that yeah, they might want to look into, because it makes it so much easier if I can just click it. Well, it would be even easier if I could just hit like 1 for Aphrodite, or well, 5 in this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then QWERT. Yep. So for the second team, just like the League of Legends GUI basically, or UI I should say, because it's not graphical. Anyhow, it seems that we are just hanging around in this middle jungle quite a bit. There are so many wards up though that, well, you can't really hide. So it's not, they're not hidden. They're actually just yeah, just going there to do some stuff and kind of try to hide, but it doesn't really matter. And Aphrodite tanking a little bit of the damage. She is going to ult, hopefully. Yeah, she was in time with that. And this is going to suck. Here you saw the use of that wall, but he did mess it up a little bit, because he didn't wall off he walled off the Aphrodite brilliantly, but yeah, the Apollo still did his damage and just completely killed him for it, and they couldn't really do anything back. So yeah, Afro is sticking with this left lane, not really shifting to any other lanes. Of course, the right lane has his own healing, because, well, yeah, he just, all he needs to do is use his ultimate to get as much healing as he could possibly want. We have an Easter skin here. That is unique. And there we go, lots of damage, but not enough. Yeah, the healing is just too much. And of course, Bakasura was actually buffed quite a bit and is going to die here. Oh, the nice blink. The blink actually saving him there. He actually has normal blink here, so only wants to engage with it, not disengage. But he could use it to disengage this time. So in the meantime, our big giant here is still picking up those gold camps. Very nicely done. Keeping an eye on those gold camps is very important, because they give you a lot of gold. They give you way more gold than, for example, Gold Fury. It's just that they're packed in smaller packages. If you take out Gold Fury, you immediately get like 1500 gold for the team, which is an insane amount of gold. And if you pick up these small camps, they may only give you like 100 gold every time, but yeah, you do get way more of them, because, well, they spawn more quickly. Also, they're much easier to take out because with one of the Hand of the Gods, you can easily take them out on your own. No problem. Whatever hero, god, champion you play. It doesn't matter. Because, yeah, well, as I said, they're really easy to take out. And still nobody going for that Gold Fury. Because they know that it takes too long. And unless you have a clear advantage, you're not going to go for that. And, wow, come on. No, show us the fight. Ah, we're just running away all the time. It is, of course, the tactic that you use with someone like Aphrodite. The oh, the bands are actually here. That is cute. The squishy champions normally. Yeah, I missed that. Hang on. Yeah, we can rewind here. Oh, and now it starts to lag. I hate it when it does that. But anyhow, we're going to go with this guy, who is going to get, well, owned in a moment. At least I think so. I'm not actually sure why it's lagging so much now. It's, it should be fine, but let's pause it for a moment if it will allow me to pause. I'm not sure because this is in the game, not actually in the recording. Recording is still fine, but the game is lagging itself, and that might have something to do with that rewind. Not sure. No, it doesn't want to reset. So I might want to restart or something like that, but no, well, it's getting smoother. So anyhow, going back to where we were, it seems that yeah, we're currently just hanging around with Apollo, who is doing his thing, not really interested in anything other than just minions. And this is, I think, where he gets killed. He gets, well, just completely annihilated by the Guan Yu. It's really an easy kill. Really super easy kill for him, because he didn't actually have to do anything special for that. All he needed to do was just, well, attack. And yeah, ult in the end to tower dive, but yeah, that's not really special either. That's like saying, yeah, you need to, I don't know, press a skill or something like that. But and are we going to do anything here? It seems that we are in some big trouble there. Yeah, and Freya indeed does go down. She's not going to make it out. The stun goes down, and are we going to be able to pick up this kill and make it a 1-for-1 trade? Oh, come on. How are you not dead yet? It does seem that everyone just makes it out alive. Yeah, not everyone, apparently. So I keep following the wrong people. Because I keep following the people that are just doing damage from afar or running away straight in the beginning of the team fight. And yeah, we do want to see what's up here. Because it is a 2 versus 1 lane. And 2 versus 1 lanes are also always very interesting to see. Of course, there aren't a whole lot of 2 versus 1 now that people actually decided that the short lane is supposed to be the 1v1 and the long lane is supposed to be the 2v2. And of course, that makes for longer play times, but it makes for a more even gameplay. On the other hand, you have a number of champions that are actually very good at 1 versus 2 and that are very hard to defeat in a 1 versus 2 situation, or 2 versus 1 situation, I should say. And all in all, yeah, that just makes for good gameplay, and I like to see that most of the time. It's just that sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's just very annoying to watch, but yeah, then again, there are 3 lanes and there's a jungler, so yeah, even if one lane is annoying to watch, there are still all of the other lanes. So finally we have a nice team fight going on. Finally we have some kills. And we are going to get a kill here for the red team. No, the heal comes out. And yeah, she does die eventually. Aphrodite not able to heal out of that, but we are still in a 4 versus 3, but with 3 guys that now that are very, very weak. Nice double kill. And are they going to be able to pick up this kill? No, nobody is checking for that. I really thought that Agni was going to check for that, but no, no, no. They're just going to take out the tower. And yeah, even though there were 1 guy behind, obviously they were in the advantage because, well, 3 guys at full health versus 4 guys that are under half health. Yeah, that is going to be a pretty easy fight. And a nice job there. Agni doing a stun with ultimate. So yeah, that was excellent. That is what we like to see. Agni's stuns are of course really important to hit. If you don't hit them, they are pretty much, yeah, nothing. So the we are going to get a big engage here. And are we going to be able to get kills out of this? No, we're not going to be able to get this kill. We are going to, however, be able to pick up the Agni. And our Easter bunny is just running around here. Oh, he's not actually a bunny. He's a really scary creature. Don't know what he's supposed to be, but yeah. He is some kind of Easter bunny, like something. Oh, it's his basket. I thought it was a buff that was just bugging, but it's a basket that's actually hanging from one of his arms. Cute, cute, cute. So a little bit of an engage here, but nobody gets damaged. Well, a little bit of damage goes out. But yeah, it's not really worth mentioning. It's just that I have nothing better to mention. So anyhow, let's take a look at the items that people have currently. Well, the standard items on everyone. Except here, the Sovereignty is actually a really nice thing to pick up as Aphrodite. Aphrodite normally in the middle of the fights in the later stage of the game, because she can heal, she can attach to people that she wants to heal. And yeah, she's really good with aura items, but we normally don't see the pickup of well, aura items this early in the game, especially Sovereignty, because Sovereignty is really a special item. But yeah, if you have Guan Yu and Bakasura as kind of your threats, then yeah, sure, go for it. It's not a bad deal. Anyhow, let's go a little bit with Ymir, just walk with him. And yeah, we see on Ymir the Pestilence, and Pestilence reduces healing. I don't like the 15% on this, but hey, what can you do? The 15% is a little bit too low in my opinion. Because if you are, in this case, I don't know how big 55 units is, by the way, but I think it's pretty far. So at least there's that. But yeah, if someone comes at him with healing, then they're still going to heal for 85% of what they would normally heal. So it's not really a big chunk. I would like to see that at least 35%. But hey, they probably tested it out. It probably works better like this or something like that. Yeah, Bakasura going for the Frostbound Hammer. Combining that with the fact that his ultimate now has Cripple, makes that it is pretty hard to get away from him. Idol of Concentration then on oh, what you're called, Isis. That's what you're called. So it's one of the newer items as well. It's a great item. I mean, don't get me wrong, but it is kind of circumstantial. So it when you're up against Agni, yes, you want it, because Agni is going to stun you and then do damage to you. So this 3 seconds that you get is actually really useful, because it gets the stun. Well, the stun is a hard crowd control effect ability. Sorry. Yeah, so it will trigger that, and then all of the follow-up damage that is automatically coming is then going to get reduced by 15%, and that is awesome. So this 15% I do agree with. And for the rest, yeah, it's all standard items. I do like the pickup of Mark of the Vanguard here really early on Guan Yu, because that is one of the, well, one of the better starting items if you're a melee champion, that is, or hero god, whatever. if you're melee and you're starting off, you're going to take a lot of damage, and especially from the jungle minions and from the minions here, you're going to want to reduce that a little bit. So it's still awesome in the late game, so it's not a waste of money at all. You can carry it around with you for a long time and it will still be useful. So as I said, 4 Hand of the Gods, 2 of them have been upgraded to Fist of the Gods, 1 is upgraded to a level 3 Hand of the Gods on the Emir. Same will be here. Yeah, on the supports nowadays, pick up those Hand of the Gods because they are actually the ones that can run in and steal something like Gold Fury or Fire Giant. Anyway, it's time to go with someone else. And we're going to go with this guy whose name I forgot because, well, I never learned it properly. That's just the only reason. So, yeah, he is going with a pretty standard build, cooldown reduction, and then cooldown reduction on the Shoes of Focus and on the Breastplate of Valor, and a little bit of defense on both sides with a little bit of sustain. It should keep you healthy and good and everything. So it does seem that, yeah, everyone's picking up pretty much what we expect, except for the Eye of Providence, which I did not expect. That is not something I would expect, but yeah, 2 people going for that. That is why there are so many blue wards on the map. And, well, if people keep doing that, they're going to have some very